Hi guys, my name is Adam and I am here today to do a little preview video for one of the biggest events in wrestling at the minute. I've read up today this morning there might be another match added to WrestleMania. Omos from Raw might be going one-on-one with Bobby Lashley, who's been actually injured out for a bit for a shoulder injury, for surgery, so hopefully he's going to come back and do that match. It'd be quite an interesting match for me personally, because Omos is on a roll at the minute, a winning streak, just squashing people, to be honest. And Bobby Lashley obviously has been quite pushed and a really good wrestler when he's been champion, so obviously he had to drop the belt to go have his surgery. So it'd be quite a mixed match for me, and if it does actually happen, I would go with, I think, Bobby Lashley, to be honest, just because I can see more of a push with him than Omos. For me personally, I would, again, I love both of these guys. I think the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, to be honest, for the win. I just think they can give him more of a push, more bigger matches, bringing somebody who can, who's a big name, and obviously demolish him at the end, obviously take the belt. I really can't see much more with Lesnar, to be honest. I like Lesnar, I thought he was great in the UFC. One of the biggest matches in UFC for him was Frank Mir. Don't ever think they've done a rubber match. The first match, Lesnar lost to a heel hook from Frank Mir, and then he come back and he just smashed Frank Mir all over the place. I would love to see a rematch with them. I loved him in the Ultimate Fighter series as well. It's a shame that he had to come out of it due to surgery, due to an illness, a life-threatening illness, to be honest. I think it will be a bit of a back and forth match with the finishers, to be honest. The Superman Punch, the Spear, the F5, the Kimura, Guillotine. I think it'd be a back and forth. I think Heyman will stick his nose in. But for me, like I say, I think personally, I've got to go with Roman Reigns, the Chief. Again, Ronda is one of my favourites in UFC. She also did the Ultimate Fighter, great season there. Someone on the opposite team threatened to punch her teeth out, and I tell you, I've got no UFC experience whatsoever, no MMA experience, but hell, I would beat the crap out of the guy who said it. I don't believe in beating women up or threatening women to beat them up either. So yeah, Charlotte Flair, again, a multi-time champion. It is an absolutely tough one for me because I love both of these wrestlers. WWE stars, I actually think they're both talented. It's a hard one because I would love Charlotte to win it, possibly, but I personally think Ronda would actually win. I think that's how it works sometimes. So I'm going to go with Ronda Rousey. The next matchup is Becky Lynch. I'm not sure if she will be defending the title against the one who she's supposed to, because apparently there was an injury on Raw, I think. So there might be a change in that championship match. But I think Becky Lynch is going to actually lose the belt. Again, Becky Lynch is actually one of my favourites as well. But unfortunately, I think she's going to lose, as it's, the title and a big match. The returning Edge will be going one-on-one with AJ Styles. Again, it's a tough one for me, to be honest. Both talented wrestlers. I liked Edge when he was with Lita. The whole Matt Hardy Edge Lita thing. I know it was a personal thing, I know it was real life, but building something from the negative into the positive, I think they did a good job there, even though they hated each other. I think it was a good storyline to use and a good build-up. I think they had a really good cage match and a ladder match as well, which were a fantastic one on, I think, Raw Homecoming. And Edge won that, I think, top of my head. But Edge, AJ Styles, different styles. I would go personally with AJ Styles. I would go with AJ Styles, to be honest, for the win. Drew McIntyre, Baron Corbin. You know, Happy Corbin, Baron Corbin, King Corbin, whatever you want to call him. A big toughie for me. This one again, two really talented guys. You know, Drew McIntyre from the UK, obviously. I think Mocap will stick his nose in, probably get a Claymore. And I think McIntyre would go for the win. I think he would get the win, to be honest with you. I really can't see a push for Baron Corbin with any belt championships at the minute. You know, maybe for the tag belts, possibly, but heavyweight, Intercontinental US, I just really can't see it at all. We're coming up to one of the tag team matches with a celebrity, Logan Paul and The Miz, taking on the Mysterios, Rey and Dominic Mysterio. You know, I would love to see The Miz win it. I would really love to see him and Paul win it, but I think Paul's going to lose it to Rey Mysterio, I really do. But I would love to see him win and defeat the Mysterios and embarrass them, to be honest. But, you know, we never know what's going to happen. Logan Paul, you know, boxing, wrestling, all sorts. He's got his hands in all sorts of things, and I would love to see him win at WrestleMania, to be honest. Be a really great thing to see. Next up is a match I am looking forward to. Pat McKeith versus Austin Theory. You know, I really quite inspired by Pat at the minute. You know, I think he's a really good commentator. I've listened to his radio. I think he's absolutely fantastic on the radio. Austin Theory, you know, really does my head in, to be honest. I really can't see any pushes. You know, he's Vince McMahon's Mickey Mouse, and I just really can't see him going for any belts, or, you know, I just can't see him doing much. You know, I don't even know why they brought him against Pat, to be honest. I think there could be better people. You know, I actually sent a tweet to Pat saying, wishing him good luck, and he's quite an inspiration to me. And I actually said to him, Austin Theory, who? Because he's I really can't see him. You know, I'm sure he's a talented young guy, but I really can't say anything. So I would go with Pat on this one. We come to the Anything Goes match. Pinfalls anywhere. Johnny Knoxville against Sami Zayn. You know, another celebrity, Knoxville, Zayn. You know, I think it'd be an interesting match. You know, I think Johnny Knoxville's going to take a lot of punishment, as who he is. You know, he takes punishment all the time, so I think Sami's going to throw him all over the place. You know, Sami Zayn is a talented guy. I would have loved to see him keep the Intercontinental title, but, you know, it would have been a good title match, and it would have been interesting to see Knoxville win the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania. And I think Knoxville will win the match at WrestleMania. You know, it'd be a good pop for him, good celebrity status, you know. Sami Zayn, you know, really talented guy. You know, he'd probably start complaining that there's a conspiracy that he lost. So, Johnny Knoxville for the win. Another tag team match for the SmackDown Championship belts. You know, I can't pronounce the name, so the only team I can know is the Usos. You know, the Usos have been on a big roll with the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. You know, I think You know, I love the Usos. They're really, really talented. They're a really great team. You know, I hope they never split up. You know, even though the family, you know what WWE like, where they split teams up, families. We've all heard the rumours about the Rey Mysterios as well, wanting to split. We're going to split up for WrestleMania, but that's obviously not happened. Unfortunately for me, as much as I want to see the Usos retain the titles, Nakamura and his tag partner, I think, are going to win the titles at WrestleMania. It'd be a good little win from them. And if they do, hopefully, then when SmackDown return comes on, I hope the Usos retain the belts on SmackDown. You know, I love the teams. You know, really inspiring team. So yeah, I think the Usos are going to lose, and Nakamura, whatever his name
guys,
is going to win.
This is the update card for the WrestleMania show, 2-day show for WWE. So the next match, what got announced was a 4-way tag team championship match, which is Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley teaming up against Shayna Baszler and Natalya, against Sasha Banks and Naomi, and the tag team champions Selena Vega, Queen Vega, and Carmella. It is a real tough one, because originally I was going to say Sasha Banks and Naomi would be a really good tag team if they won the belts. As much as I would love to see Liv Morgan win a championship, I don't think they will, to be honest. Either Natalya's team or Carmella and Queen Vega will probably walk away with the Women's Tag Team Championship. The other tag match which has changed is the Street Profits against Cable and against Randy Orton and Matt Riddle. This match has actually changed quite a few times of what I have been hearing rumours about. Randy Orton or Riddle was supposed to be winning the Royal Rumble, and then them two, Randy Orton and Riddle, was going to face off, but things changed. They won the Tag Team Championship, and now they have to defend it. So I would think Gable, the Street Profit, I'm going to go with the Street Profits to win the Raw Tag Team Championship, and Riddle and Orton will probably face off or do a match at probably the next pay-per-view. And one of the biggest announcements what we heard over the coming weeks, Stone Cold Steve Austin is returning to WrestleMania on the KO show. You know, when I heard about this, I was looking forward to it. I did think it was actually going to be a match, Austin's last match, but KO show, you know, maybe something could change. I'm not sure, but obviously I reckon KO is going to get a Stone Cold Stunner at the end of it all. So, you know, it would have been interesting to see Stone Cold get a stunner off Kevin Owens and then build something for the next pay-per-view, but, you know. And finally, another big rumour that I did hear and has been promoted about, but possibly work at WrestleMania. You know, sneak this guy in, but the big guy from AEW, Cody Rhodes. I've been hearing rumours they're going to try and sneak him in on a private helicopter to WrestleMania. And I've heard rumours that he might face off against a guy who's been trying to get onto the WrestleMania card, Seth freaking Rollins. So if Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes will face off, it's going to be Cody Rhodes.
That is my preview for WrestleMania. Hopefully it's a good preview. You know, I wanted to try something different. I wanted to be a bit more upbeat about it, and hopefully it goes down well. If not, you know, I can learn from it and try and get a few more tips, hints, what to do. But yeah, this is my preview for WrestleMania.